for free? I don't understand. To yesterday. Okay, let's go.
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps? Paimon's just being enthusiastic. We're all friends now, she gets it.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that.
Luma.
So what's the situation?
And I do really love this music, by the way. Who's that? Wait, why? Who's that?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role.
Oh.
But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
Oh, Lumi. Oh, yeah, I get it. I get it.
That sounds like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
Although I did watch someone else do the Archon quest with Ether, and I will say I did prefer Lumine. I will say that.
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job.
Because it's an unpaid job, right?
There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time,
Ether
they'll
feels
probably have to postpone the show. And
is it
delays
because
tend to
they don't
create all
have too
sorts
many
of new
lines?
problems.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have
Lumine's
any
voice was
experience
very
in musicals.
compassionate and I mean, just like full of emotion. Like
If
I
you're
didn't
interested in
pay
helping,
too much attention
why
to
not start
Ether's
by having a chat
because I was
with
watching
the requester?
someone else do it.
He's right over there.
If you're interested in helping, yes.
Maybe
That's
you can't fill the role yourself,
Ether was missing that.
but you might be able to help him figure out another solution.
Ether is
Maybe
yeah.
there's something he
I
hasn't
know.
thought of.
Sometimes they put Lumine in there. Sometimes.
No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
Can lemon be anything other than sour though? He didn't feel any compassion. The traveler has become more
Looking for a new
like
actress?
it has become tougher, with each nation.
Wait, I know you two. Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Let's make Paimon act.
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already.
Yes, we are.
But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a
So the
shame.
budget for a new actor with ticket fees.
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts.
But sometimes that's the best, Just so much emotion.
All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently.
Can we fund it?
Now,
I think
it
we
looks
can.
inevitable that we'll disband.
We should be able to. Looks inevitable. No. I'm right.
You're splitting up the troupe?
No.
Oh, I guess the lady at the
Oh, the Golden
Adventurers
Tro-
Guild didn't tell you?
Yeah, she did.
This is
let me
supposed
say
to be
that.
our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Yeah.
The leading lady, in fact.
Oh
She's
no.
been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her.
Is there an echo
For everyone else,
for you guys?
I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
I kind of wish we would, but I also kind of don't.
Let's see if we can come up
Like,
with an answer.
let it stay a mystery, you know.
What if we sponsored the show?
How much more? Yeah, I think we
Travis,
can.
what are you carrying?
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor.
Yeah, but we should
I can't
fund
promise that we'd
the
ever be able
arts,
to pay
right?
you back.
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show.
I prefer mystery, yeah, but I'm also curious. But that's also like you can let people's imaginations run wild, right? Everyone can just
Should find someone who will put on the best
interpret,
performance
make their
for
own
us.
interpretation. Oh yeah, I heard it too.
What about
And there's another version where there's a new like a male version, and people were like, that's very similar to Neuvillette. You do your fan art, yeah, exactly. We should find someone who put on the best performance. What about you know who?
That's how you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world, right? She's really good at performing, and she was one.
That was a little mean, Paimon.
Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? She
Yeah.
sounds like someone famous. Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
Why not?
Nope. Paima doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paima's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a
Are
number
we
of
really
big
gonna
name
make her
shows
act
before.
again?
They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a common.
Yeah, but you know, I think this she'll find it refreshing.
She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours. Well, yes, but... Huh. Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest
But
of the
it's
troupe would be
months
glad
after
too.
the Archon quest. Ah,
I'm
okay.
sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day.
We see Neuvillette in this, right? I think I
Of
saw a
course.
post.
It all depends on whether she's interested.
You guys in my
She
throat.
might consider this opportunity
again.
beneath her.
I can feel the... What do you call it?
No
Smoke.
point stressing about that.
Dirt.
We'll
Dust.
know if we ask her.
Why? What were we doing for months in Fontaine?
And besides, things are different
Yeah.
now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Just spending time with everyone.
Thank
we
you
should
for
check
your
on her.
help.
I'm
guess
very
I'll
concerned.
just stay here and wait for the good news.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's
Neuvillette must be so lonely, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can
Should her
provide it
address
to
be
you.
common knowledge?
Woo! When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising.
Doing the
I
world
thought I should
quest.
be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way
It's
I
suspicious. Because Catherine is most likely Sandrone's robot, right? Puppet? Or like created by her, and she has Furina's
Thank you,
address.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
The Little Oceanid? What? Like, is it the Little Mermaid play? Ask about Furina's disposition. How many pills do you have right now? By their feet?
Did Catherine really give us the right address?
What?
She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just
Paimon, you snob.
a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, they showed the. Oh, yeah,
It's
that's
common
true.
courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Oh no, she sounds so subdued.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
Shut up, Paimon.
I
People
was
can
just
go
out
where
on
they
a
want.
shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags.
Has she just been home eating macaroni?
I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food. But now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too. Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato
I get
sauce
it.
one
She just
week,
wants to eat junk.
macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
You have to do all your own
Rude.
cooking.
Questioning my cooking skills.
Is it?
The audacity. It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre faucilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
Mm-hmm.
There
I'm
it
sure.
is. You don't know how to cook.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my
It's
fall
not.
from grace.
I won't call it your fall from grace. It wasn't. It's just. Oh my god, yes. Both of them are they barely leave the house. My weekend was alright. My weekend was
Let me
okay.
first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around,
No,
then
Furina.
please be on your way. Shoo!
It's very polluted where
Sorry. We're sorry. Please don't be mad.
yeah. Even I was very confident because I had like enough for one pity, but clearly that didn't work out. So I would recommend saving more and more and more. It's never enough. But I hope you're luckier than I was. That's right. Sorry, we're sorry we don't have. Pam was just showing concern.
Yeah, exactly. What the traveler said.
Was she?
Trying to make fun of you.
We need to teach her how to say things better.
Hang on a sec. You weren't exactly holding back either.
My
That's
help?
not-
Well, maybe you're forgetting
She doesn't even have
that
a
I'm no
vision. She's just a
longer the
normal,
mighty
little, not little, but
Hydro
normal girl.
Even
Don't worry. It's nothing that.
Finish farming by next week.
It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then
I'll spare you the
Fine.
lecture.
I'll spare you
hope-
the
I hope she's
lecture
up for
about
it.
your attitude just now. What specifically makes this matter so specific?
Yeah.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way
Oh,
just
why
to
did she?
amuse
But like, she's
yourselves
scared
at
of
my
being made fun
expense.
of, right? She thought we came here to make fun of her.
After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine.
Yes,
Well
you
versed
still
in all
are,
the various
Furina.
performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities. But given the present circumstances, I'm
Okay,
afraid I
nice.
must regretfully decline your casting
What?
request.
Why? I mean, fair, she doesn't want to act, but if there's another reason, then we can talk. We can talk, right?
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage. Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me.
Gosh.
Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again.
Yeah.
But at least I can say
I mean-
that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
I can understand.
Yeah.
But this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself.
I mean, that's
Which would be
fair,
the same
right?
as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare.
Yeah,
Do you know any other
fanfare.
actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me.
Okay, so self-esteem issues.
Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
Rita! No.
True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for?
I can understand though.
No way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry.
I get it,
didn't mean
Paimon
for that to sound so harsh.
can be annoying.
I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's alright, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed. Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
If she really does not want to, we should not push her. But if she secretly wants to, then we should... Like, how to provide that, how to make that bridge that she can cross. I would lie down across a muddy puddle to be a bridge for her. Is my crystal fire trap ready?
Too bad, but we have to respect Furina's
Yeah. Oh, is that a new actress?
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you
Oh,
again.
shit.
Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after
I'm
you
on
left, the
concerned.
troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry.
I mean,
I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal...
for good reasons. But I'm also
see.
concerned about her sitting
Well,
all alone in her
circumstances have
house.
changed a little. So, maybe that's not... You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the
Okay,
show
so
after
where's the
all.
story going?
Staging
I
the
thought,
musical
yeah.
with the full
Okay,
original cast was
Let's
always
see.
the dream, of course.
Oh, right. Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
yes. Imagine if... Oh yeah.
She'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh?
No, she's not.
Only
But that would have been
Calm
mean.
down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace
Will
you.
it?
So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
End
Yes,
quest
I'm
done?
completely
What?
confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working
From Baiju?
brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show.
Okay, this is
I should have
nice,
asked for your
healthy
permission
communication
first.
now.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Oh, is Furina watching from somewhere? Oh, she is.
Hey, how did you...
What? Why did Traveler grab her like that?
Just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping
Furina, you don't
list.
have to pretend.
Alright, I'm coming. No need to drag me.
Oh my god! Traveler just grabbed her and dragged her to the grove.
I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just...
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home?
This
What are you doing here?
hand holding is a bit too much to show on screen. We don't need such heavy things.
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
You really have a knack for asking the most
Bro!
uncomfortable questions, don't you?
Yeah, why are we doing that?
I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean,
This will be
how
good for
could
her.
we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that. And no need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Furina.
You're not
is
gonna do
fine.
that.
I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but
What?
some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our
Oh
troupe. And
no.
tragically, she was a victim in this serial disappearances case.
Oh no.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice.
Bro, fucking washer.
But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, lady.
Okay, so
Furina.
Farina's gonna become the
Maybe what first
director.
inspired her to get into musical
Nice.
theater.
Because she does love performing, but maybe being on stage might be too, like, it'll be too much for her. But like a position, like behind the
She
scenes.
rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe.
Oh
She
really?
wrote her
Yeah,
own
yeah.
scripts,
Why?
acted on
Rah,
stage,
Fiji!
and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be
Farina
going
might be a
from
little
strength
lost
to strength.
right now as well.
Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to
But
handle the
Farina's
business
been
side of things. We've been
at
doing
this
the
for
best we
500
can,
years.
But despite our efforts,
She's got, oh my
things are
god, she's got
slowly but
more than
surely
enough
falling
experience.
apart. It's agonizing, but ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end
Directed
and watch
Farina.
all our dreams turn to dust.
She'd get oh my god, PJ, I was saying the exact same thing.
Oh.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings.
She's so
who achieved
compassionate, she's so
much and no
empathetic.
doubt had much more to give.
Like, I feel like if
And
I'd
then
been
her
in
life
her
was so cruelly
place,
taken.
having to do that for 500 years, I'd be like a psychopath or something.
I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift
She'll
for her.
direct it.
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Furina?
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself.
That's very healthy. I'm very proud.
Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced
In the
audience
land of
member.
justice.
But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though.
No
Will that
worries.
be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the opera Epicles is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but
Oh, I love this.
what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them? An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe, perchance to understand.
Do we have a song playing right now? We don't, right? I mean,
Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh?
why is she so rude?
You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Since it's you, I'll
Thank
do
you
it.
all
Yes.
so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's
Oh, I haven't
performances.
heard this song.
As, of course, we all are.
Sounds louder than the game. Hang on. Is this better?
All right, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Yeah, okay. No worries, no worries. Go to the rehearsal location. Where is it? Ah. Oslo and Furina could both be. Oh, yeah. Or French. Okay, where is it? Okay, before going here, let me take a quick break. I need more. I'm running out of water.
It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.
Go to the rehearsal location.
Too slow.
Ah. Cute!
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello, all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Lady...
Hello.
Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the
That's
role
the Little
of
Mermaid, right?
artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss
You're
Furina on
welcome.
our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
It's looking stretched. No.
Oh, please don't
Yeah, it does
mention
look a
We
bit
just need to
stretched.
join in on the fun.
So, you were saying the little
I
Oceanid?
can't change it.
Yeah, that's the name
Right.
of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a
No
successful
problem.
show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Furina can probably finish
Yeah,
it.
we've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream.
Quick summary of what the
And
story
the
is all about.
protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family. She longed to live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship
then?
and even love. But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, we need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage.
We still
I
haven't
think it should
decided
be
between a
Oceanid,
happy
right?
ending
I would
or
have
a true-to-life tragedy.
mix. Yeah, because it's like sociology, right? I say sociology, but I know a lot of people say sociology. I always had a hard time saying it like that.
By true to life, you mean
Just sounds
the
uncomfortable.
director said an
Yeah. Like they say,
Truth is stranger than
but
fiction, true.
then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto
You
the
absolutely
audience.
should, I think.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this. And one last
Oceanate.
thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors.
Oceanate.
The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover.
Prince Eric.
He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script.
Okay.
The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist.
Oh.
He took the director's death pretty hard.
Oh no.
He did write to us,
Promising
promising
that
that
he'll
he'll
be
be there for
there.
the final performance. but
Like how
we
I
haven't seen or heard
say,
from him
what,
since.
Risley sauce?
So we're not really sure what to make
Wait,
of
that,
it.
I don't know. I did not mean that in a
Although-
sus way.
Now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe
Yeah.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're not, but
Maybe
your name
you're
has always been like
unaware.
a rallying.
but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop. You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way.
No,
I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense.
Priority
Okay.
number one, let's check in with
Priority
Paulo.
number
Okay.
one, he went back to Poisson a few days ago.
Spicy
Said that staying in a
Risley
friend's home might help him to
fanfic.
relax and escape the feeling of
Ah,
isolation.
no. I could never disrespect him like that. Poisson, okay.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take
I
visitors.
guess it's your friend in need.
Yeah, maybe you can
Poisson,
No, we'll go. Don't worry. You don't have to.
nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable. So allons-y. To Poisson.
Oh. No, I have only innocent thoughts. I never have any other thoughts. Graphics. Alright, let's see. I think this might have been the right one. What about now? How does it look now? Should be fine, right? Announcing. No. No. For your own sanity, don't. Man, I should stop like taking my time. It's already 1:10. What did I even do all stream? Where is... Oh, the people are back. I did some of the new the Misty Dungeon event, and then a little bit of farming where I got nothing. Is this an octopus?
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here.
All right.
Just
Forget
come, we
that.
got some great
Nice
news.
try.
Look, give me some
Look, just
time.
Give me some time.
Okay then.
Are we just gonna leave? He's just like, okay.
As expected,
Understandable, have a good
he's
day.
missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show.
Intense K-drama. Oh
Even
yeah.
once he's done,
Oh
it
yeah.
isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
A little awkward.
So, you're here for Paolo? Looks like you could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the...
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
How are things in Poisson now?
Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experience.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, Must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
Yeah.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done, which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe.
Okay.
To
Oh
avoid
wait, they don't
upsetting
know.
peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina.
Who looks exactly like Furina?
It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
They don't know what, like, people don't know what actually went down. Only we, Neuvillette and us are the only ones who know. Even Furina doesn't know the whole thing, right?
I love you, Navia.
Well, what do you
Oh.
expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina
True.
di Rosula, after
True,
all.
agreed.
Like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then.
Only 5 stars.
Let's take. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with. So maybe she's
I
right.
think Neuvillette could
You're the
count.
closest kind of friend
Come
I
on, they
have.
spent 500 years together, 400. They, at this point, they have to be friends at least, maybe even if neither of them realize it. You better not
So
act up,
grateful
bro.
that Miss Navia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and
I do
accept.
not. I'm sure some people didn't buy Navia's
Yeah.
life.
I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes.
Just wait, I'm gonna judge you so. No, he wasn't.
I guess I
Does
wasn't
he have
quite
an about
ready for this after
Furina
all.
voice line? I guess I wasn't quite
I'm
ready.
not surprised you're making
I will.
yourself
I'm ready to
comfortable.
fight whoever says something.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Easier to crush them together, right?
Probably
No
time
crowd
we
control
made a move.
required. Yeah, let's go.
How about we check out Spina di Rosula ship?
I should have a view
We
of the whole of Poisson. I think Neuvillette. Or maybe I'm just biased. Let me see. Does he have an about Furina? About Furina.
Now the curtain has finally fallen on her performance. The character she portrayed was an imaginary one, yet in playing that role, she fulfilled her duties. Though she is meek and full of doubt by nature, she was able to use madness to stiffen her resolve and see her duty through to its conclusion. The work that she has done over the centuries is truly immense. If she were to ever make a return to the stage, I should personally attend the performance and give her my heartfelt applause. Yes, I must do so when the opportunity arises.
He's a fan. 400 work under an Archon. How did he agree? to work under an Archon. I'm surprised. First, lungs back. My back is in constant pain, so it doesn't matter. And also, we're just doing Furina Story Quest, just in case it spoilers for anyone. Please avoid. We're always admiring Neuvillette, always, forever. Let's get out of here before these people start being aggressive with Furina. Like, if they start trying to attack her, I'm gonna tell Neuvillette first of all. Like, I won't even straight up attack them.
Quit following me.
I'm gonna tell Neuvillette. Signari is Ross. Shadow, oh my god.
Too slow.
Petition to bring Azar to be oh my god, yes. The second death sentence.
You
Oh wait, there's no
probably
Ortrees,
just
but
wanted a
Neuvillette.
relaxing stroll, and here I am dumping all this
Furina,
heavy stuff on
please
you.
dump all your heavy stuff on me. I am here to be a shoulder for you to cry on, laugh on,
We don't mind.
sleep on.
It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Yeah,
Great. Well,
climb
I
on, yes.
appreciate your company.
I will start
so
lifting. I will
please
make
don't
my
disappear
shoulders
just
stronger
yet.
so Furina can stand on them. Oh yeah, leave it to Risley. Please don't disappear. I
I
won't.
don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be.
Years of suffering and loneliness are the only reason. Hard time feeling up to views.
As I stand here by the ship, I can't
Let's it
get
go,
the
let's-
images of the rising
Oh.
water out of my mind.
He is very mature, you're right. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my
One
head.
after another.
One after the
were
other,
taken
people
by
were
the
taken by the water.
All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had
Their god
absolute
did
faith
protect
that when
them.
disaster struck, a divine power
We're washing
would
it with
save them from
antiseptic at the
harm.
very least, yeah.
And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true.
You didn't have a choice.
But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You're only doing your duty.
Yeah.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated.
Yeah.
Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth.
But she didn't even know the whole
I became
truth.
terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such
Furina,
as
you
yourselves.
carried this whole thing for 400 years. Come on. Yeah, the truth. It can also cage you. Actions.
Everyone rose
Maybe.
to their
I
responsibilities.
mean, you should ask the doctor.
And I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
A reward?
You can finally speak your
I
heart.
guess so.
This is all research for my Neuvillette and Furina ship. I mean, pick, by the way.
And back then, I
Which I
didn't
will
even
write.
dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect.
Secret I swore to
Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity
you
about
been?
life to myself. No, that's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Archon, oh, I know, Nirib. I never expected to feel this deeply. Valid.
Could you
I almost
please
did that
fill
and I'm
my
dead
case?
inside.
I don't know what's
See?
gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same. I do. I once had nothing but the truth.
C6
and
up.
now
Congratulations.
I'm
still
finally
trying to get
free to live
C0.
my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time.
We
to head
pushed
back.
right?
Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
It's time to take some lessons, Paimon. Like, even if your intent is pure, the way you form the way you say things is very important. Oh my god, I still don't I don't even have enough for 1 point. Let's go. Oh my god, I feel like those people are gonna say some shit. And I'm gonna have to beat some people up.
Not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips.
Oh my god,
you know?
I want fish and chips. Let me finish this.
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can
Oh
you
my god,
believe
free
how
food?
generous she is?
Why are we missing
I'm
out?
not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health. And it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with
Feel
junk all the
attacked.
time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
You're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a...
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was
Okay.
originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he...
The boar. Oh.
sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually.
It's been nice.
He's
It's been
the
nice.
one who raises the little
Furina.
Oceanid, yes?
He's the one who raises a little ocean.
That's right.
How is she
He has
raised
some
by a
pretty
boar?
memorable
Don't
lines,
they live
too.
on land?
Like when he imparts some solemn words of
Or
wisdom.
is it
to
like
the
a
little
water
Oceanid.
boar?
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face
Oh
suffering
my
and
god, this is a
loneliness.
little...
Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She
yeah.
kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family
What?
found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore. I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines.
Bro.
But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes.
Double lemma. Yeah, like literally it's like what the hell on both ends.
She took
But it's
me
okay.
under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find more for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare
the
up.
director was a great person.
I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it.
Have a safe
All of us
drive.
were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer."
Bro, kids can be brutal.
It was just to taunt me though. I was an easy target, and they knew it.
Yeah, you can be honest. It's a doctor. You can tell them that stuff. There's no shame. At least they might give you some good advice.
One day,
As long
I
as
got
it's a
beaten
good
up
doctor.
so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore. So I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Yeah, a lot worse.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah, for the first time in my life.
Yeah,
was
exactly.
somewhere I felt
They're equipped
safe.
to deal with it.
And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
Director Nick Fury.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
It's okay, Cruiser. No, I mean, no, none of you could have known.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's
This
someone
guy
I need to
better not
introduce
be
you to.
antagonistic towards
This
Furina.
is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Furina? The Furina?
Oh,
Oh my god!
in a good way,
How did you
right?
manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm
He's a
down.
fan.
Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script.
Okay.
I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid. Plants and flowers are withering. And the people
Why?
begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end,
Nice.
they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans
Oh,
over
I
the
like
years
that.
has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its
Interesting.
own.
Nice. Polu. Polu? 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 Polu. What the hell? Polu? Not Polu. Polu. Okay.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious
Oh,
entity.
yeah. Okay.
There's
If you know someone
actually quite
personally,
a few
yeah.
stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when
Oh,
she
no.
revealed her secret.
Oh no. Oyo has better plot inside of right plotception.
The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces
What?
the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover and the rest
no.
of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain?
Oh my god, she's also like that little Melusine in Neuvillette Story Quest.
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner,
She was able to find-
to find an even greater love. One that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me.
Better lore. What lore were you trying to understand? I know. Oh, I hope he feels better.
You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about
Hounded to
if
death by people who hate
the
her.
little
Allow me show secret never
Oceanid
gets
is
out.
hounded to death by people
What?
who hate her. Her lover makes sure her secret...
That sounds
I'd
like
too
too
cruel
cruel
of
of an
ending,
ending
yeah.
to me.
A
And
little-
perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death, both arbitrary and meaningless.
But it's in fiction that you get the chance to make things
On the
better,
day when she
right?
went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point.
Did
but
she know?
She never came. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world. Yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen?
Yeah.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned out...
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because,
Okay, follow.
well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with O'Reilly.
What? You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners.
Valid.
Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear.
He took it well.
So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Oh, Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Villemont once and for all. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything.
What if he was also in love with the director?
Are you ready to face...
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified.
Maybe
But
they were
for the
involved.
sake of our final performance, funny you should ask though, you really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y.
Allons-y. Oh, we have... Oh! Oh, okay. Villemont is over here.
Swallow Fury.
It's nearly 2. I don't think I'll be able to finish the quest. Damn it.
Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
We can carry her.
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Not why I can't.
As if this journey wasn't tough
Yeah,
enough already
and
without
if you give
a
all
hoopla.
combination.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here.
Oh yeah, Furina does not have a...
Wait, why are you
Oh,
all
no.
looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into indemnitium.
I mean, isn't that kind of
As
true
Furina said so
though?
Precisely.
Not 6 hours though.
And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so as much as it pains me, unfortunately,
I will
should
be your
just
champion,
admit,
Furina. Don't worry.
I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
And I shall be your knight.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
What do you mean? I don't understand why she's being so rude. Like, is she supposed to... Like, she doesn't have a vision. Is she just supposed to fight? Don't you know any self-defense? No, this doesn't require god level. She should have learned how to fight at least a little bit. But who could have taught her? That's also the point, right? If she went to someone to be taught, they would wonder why she has no powers or why the Hydro Archon needs to be taught how to fight. So shut the hell up, Paimon and Traveler. This is irritating.
C'est la vie indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch on helplessly as the more brave seven-season adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Happy Furina.
Aw,
I believe you.
Too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Furina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy.
No worries.
Piece of cake.
You're not even doing anything, Paimon. Oh. Oops.
For regrets. Truth repeats its course. Bond is strong.
Behold!
We'll see about that. This way.
The wind rises.
What the hell? I hate those kind of people.
So, yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Otherwise,
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop.
now everyone. Oh, okay. Yes.
So,
I know.
you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will
Help
help you write an ending to the script that pleases. I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things
I think they were
difficult
involved.
between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Vilma, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Bro.
Listen, Vilma. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director.
Okay.
It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was
Synth. Oh no.
Isn't that the drink paddled by the culprit behind the
Yeah.
serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was
Oh
astronomical.
no. And
I
then?
was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there.
Just won't let up.
The synth merchant just
Told us all
wouldn't
to
let
leave
up.
the city.
I
Oh
admit
no.
this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared,
You
I
brought the
was
director to the
even
attention
more
of the
afraid
synth
to say
dealers.
anything.
Your mistake gave them motive to kidnap. Oh
Yeah.
no.
I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean? You were afraid? This was a life and
So I
death
was completely
situation.
wrong. They
We
weren't
could have
involved.
saved
It was
her.
something else entirely.
How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered.
He did
the
make a
love of my life.
mistake.
And he has the gall
Learn
to
from
try and
others.
high road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize
Yeah.
to everyone. in
Yeah.
the
He
troupe.
did make a mistake. He couldn't have known. You know, it was a shady deal. But they were
good is my
desperate.
apology now?
So
I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back.
I really won't
Beat me
want
up
that
if you
though.
want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve in my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight! Go! Get lost!
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotion?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already?
Yeah.
After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means.
Also,
And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other.
do you know how much of the story
If you
quest is
really
left?
hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you should just call it
Dry
quits
chai
now.
powder.
Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
But
It's
like
just
the
that for a moment there,
foreshadowing.
it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did. And
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle...
of course she
Gentle
was.
yet assertive.
Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
You don't play games. That is very
What
immature.
you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
He's been beating himself up over
It's
it.
all right.
He's
Let's save all this for after the performance.
I really wouldn't want him not there.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and
Yeah.
reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once
Oh,
if you could
yeah.
find anything that O'Reilly left behind.
You really think
Do you
I
think?
trust
Oh,
that-
how much of the story quest is
Well,
left, you guys? Does
We'll
anyone
leave
know?
this in-
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais.
Oh, we're going to Oh, are we gonna see? Maybe Neuvillette is gonna hear that Furina is in the palace and he's gonna come running. Okay. Okay.
Too slow. Quit following me.
I won't be playing story quest anytime. About half an hour. Okay. I can make it about 20 minutes, right?
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearance? Still, since
You
you
were
were
the
the
one who
ones who discovered
discovered.
and submitted the evidence in the first place,
Oh,
you don't actually
thanks,
have to
Celine.
submit an application.
I almost called it a sedan.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind.
Hey!
Yeah.
It's full of script lines!
Oh!
And sketches
Maybe the
too.
ending of the script is
Looks
there.
like a show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after
The hero discovers his
I found
diary.
it looks like she kept a detailed record
Oh.
of her captor's actions.
She even mentioned the truth behind the
She
experiments.
even
Oh shit!
had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then. It would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vacher's guilt.
Vacher took so many lives.
I know.
It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
I guess Aurelie must have written all of this down in the hope that her wait. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She
even
probably
follow
didn't have much strength left.
Twix it. You probably I just want to follow that. I'm not skipping chitter chatter. Just there's only the sentences that I read very quickly. No, you're not bothering me. I know you're just saying it, but you're really not.
Her final words are,
I'll let you read them for yourself.
I'll let you read them for yourselves.
What is it? Someone else was taken, that makes 6. Or perhaps the 7th. Someone tried to escape yesterday but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Thought of seeing others from the troop here. Have I truly protected them? She did. What terrifies me? Oh, I think I have a fever. No. You managed. And if anyone sees that the troop's safe, regret Cleo. From this period, the diary stops to be replaced with lyrics from musicals. Newspaper clippings.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop.
After Tignari,
at the end of the day,
she
was only
Wait,
human.
Neuvillettes?
I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
If you become human, you can reveal your secrets to no one. You will face suffer. Is that because I'm an older sister to them? I love them.
If you become human.
Isn't that the most important line in the living?
Yeah.
Because I am an older sister.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death. I'm sure this is what the troop would have hoped to hear as well.
Oh yeah, same. I
She
have
had
so
their
many
utmost
hangouts
trust,
and so many story quests
admiration,
actually.
and love. And she truly... Let's go.
It's just that they take at least 2 hours, right? I thought Neuvillette was gonna come running to see Furina. No. Okay. Some people, how would they? How have we come together? Finally, make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's
no,
Recruza,
you!
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself.
DJ, no, I was not. I just expected that they'd be leaving and then Neuvillette would be casually walking by and be like, oh my god, Furina, what are you doing here? Even though he fully knew she was there because someone told him. Why would I ban you? Out
We
for a
know
minute.
what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont?
You
I
better.
will channel all my regret and put it into my performance. To make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director Aurelie and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Oh my god!
How can you be so sure when you've never
traveled
even seen
on
them perform before?
My experience,
Don't
yeah.
underestimate my experience.
She has an eye for talent.
After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse yourself in your role. And aren't human emotions, love, hate, regret, and hope Just the most mesmerizing things in this world. I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are
Are you
now.
scared, Cruiser? You gonna cry?
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Furina.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to
Actually,
Are we gonna see the
before
performance?
that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally
she
meant to be
acted
played by
too.
the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. Alright, I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I...
Up here at stage?
Oh. Is she gonna get the opera?
It's okay. Our usual place doesn't need
Is
a
she gonna get the
reservation.
opera house?
That place? Oh, don't be silly.
Opera Epicles?
For an extraordinary show, we need an extraordinary stage.
How is she gonna manage
By
that
which
though?
I, of course, mean the Opera Epicles.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes
You
of
guys
us.
deserve it.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
No, that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand
Go
finale.
big. Yes.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you?
Nod.
I'll
Nod.
take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us
That
this
works.
opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Neuvillette.
Okay, sorry. I kind of lost. I lost it for a second. Anyway, where is he? Outside? Is it outside or inside the ballet? Oh, it's outside.
Too slow.
Bandwidth No.
Hey, look at that.
Why is he just standing there though?
You were...
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Furina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epicles for an event. You see...
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epicles is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly
I haven't
difficult.
written in a long time. It's difficult
The
to
story
start.
of the little
I'll try.
Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
He's happy, right?
What do you mean? Do I look excited?
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, in the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
He's like a fan asking, ma'am, when is your comeback?
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist Cleo are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
By audiences, he means the audiences and him, specifically.
Haven't I already made myself
I'm being
clear?
Delulu, I know.
I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions, nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off the stage. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Neuvillette.
You are very welcome. Many people were once enthralled by Lady Furina's performances, myself included. I hope that one day she'll be able to understand that our appreciation was always sincere.
So I told you about the awesome booty friend the other day. Yes, the one who's played. I keep Oh my god, Recruza! Oh no! But is he actually uncomfortable or is he also joking? Oh, do we get to see a performance? Oh.
Good news, everyone. It's done.
I had my boyfriend book it.
Opera
Just
Epiclese
kidding.
is booked.
I'm kidding.
Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance.
You just have to ask and he'll say yes,
We
Furina.
had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity. But we now have all of the ingredients necessary
They
to
didn't have
stage
to fight
a
for this,
truly
though.
spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast.
Hydro connection.
Now, let's work together.
The crybabies
and
of
make
Funky.
this
Just
show
kidding,
the
I'm kidding.
best it can be.
This
They're
is
cute.
truly
They're cute.
wonderful.
The sooner we can finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiamali and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things.
Without attacking each other? I'm proud.
Constructive conversation?
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far.
The
I
boys'
never could have pictured this
experience.
scene if-
It's amazing.
What? The
Even
K-pop
Furina's still being
group?
a bit of a drama queen about it all. She's really fired everyone up.
Oh, recruiters. Ah. Okay, now can we
Please
quickly
feel free
see
to give us any comments or suggestions you have.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Are they gonna? Oh, they're gonna dance. Yes. Oh. Oh.
Cursed Cleo.
Oh yeah, it is.
She
I just.
stole the waters of life from
Oh.
us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her.
Oh, nice. They look
The ignorance
different.
and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the
Peru,
water's favor
Peru.
if we don't change our ways?
This guy could be useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
It'll take some time to download
Leave
it.
this place, O little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Neuvillette didn't come watch. Sakuri, hello, Kuris, how are
Everyone's
you?
really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance in a long time.
If only she wants to
only.
perform,
What
right?
should we do? It's almost time
Oh.
for her to take the stand.
Oh no.
Why does it
Wait,
have
will
to be
Furina have to
now?
perform? Well, we're nearly done with Furina Story Quest. It's been really good.
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second. Oh no.
Is she okay though?
Not again. But why? What about your new meds?
They've
I do wish she got to
less and less
perform though.
effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it.
Oh no.
So they
Well,
were
can't
only
really
managing
cure
your
it.
symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave
Wish
me
she
about
got
not
to
looking after
perform,
my
honestly.
I'm sorry. I've let everyone.
You... This is a conversation for another time. How can the show go on without its star performer?
Miss Furina?
Okay, it's good that she's the one making the request
Say no
and this
more.
decision.
If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with the...
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale.
I mean, hear her sing.
From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's come full circle.
Thank you, Miss Furina. I'm so sorry to
I'm
put
glad
you in
she's
this
the one who
position
made the
after
request. That made it
everything you
better.
said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets. Myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure. She never once stopped believing in the
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly
I skipped
in
the
your hands.
voice line, right? Yeah. My bad, my bad. Furina! 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 Yay! Okay, okay, let's go. It was an accident because I read the sentence, but I didn't realize that the voice it hadn't been fully spoken.
Is she here yet?
When will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
I love the music.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Pardonneras-tu aux chères l'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies et la cité est nourrie ainsi que toi mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
Right, me neither.
wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering
I
and
didn't realize it
loneliness.
was in this.
Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et
Oh my god!
je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et s'inventer, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
What? What? Wait, this vision part. That's me.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Furina on the stage just now?
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere? Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The Little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself.
It was beautiful, Furina.
If I had
You
no
were
choice.
marvelous.
Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event
bro.
coordinator, Miss Furina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so it was Furina after all. She's back.
I wish it would at least 2 minutes.
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
All right, calm down, don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work,
Let me see. I'll
visible
try
or
to
invisible, is equally
start
deserving of recognition.
editing this tonight.
Yes, I know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
No big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, if anyone's happy, I'm ready. Sorry, if anyone's unhappy with Furina's return, then I'm ready.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk
Neuvillette
about that
outside
crazy
waiting
thing
for an
that happened
autograph.
during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart
My
attack.
middle name is Delulu. Just in case you don't know.
Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Wait, for real, for real?
That.
Yeah. So that was...
I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it?
Bro, Neuvillette in the audience like, oh my god, flowers are not enough for this. Vision! Can you just give her a vision? Oh my god.
I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Yeah, that's not allowed. Not in Fontaine. Yes, oh my god, Reclusa. She's one of my favorite characters now. Like, top 3. I love her. I adore her. I already did, but now even more. I bet the audience has never seen such a realistic...
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's...
Yeah,
Let's go check on her as soon as we
can't
finish
even
clearing
tell
the
you.
stage.
Since Celestia doesn't control... Neuvillette will, but how will he know who to give hydrovisions to? Must stay strong. Delulu Kamisato. For Furina, PG? Oh yeah, I won't. Why?
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went.
I mean, he is the Hydro Sovereign, right? Like, I bet, like, just... Like, he must have his own criteria. I mean, Furina was, of course, a special case. So I'm sure he'll have his own way of giving visions out.
If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
It's so funny. Child comes under his, like, sort of dominion now as a Hydro vision holder. Oh my god. It's fitting that the first ever vision that Neuvillette gives out is to Furina. I mean, it's fitting in my head, okay? And I'm not just saying that in like a romantic sense. It's just my child during my dominion. Oh yeah. Child and his interactions with dragons. So maybe tomorrow, okay. Yeah, that was more important, of course. I hope it works out. He gave her a special one about Numa and Uizia? I can't remember how to say.
You're back.
She's like, Furina, you will not be, what's the word for it? Undefended? Unguarded? Unarmed? Yeah. So I got a girlfriend. No!
She's doing okay. Her condition
Okay, I'm glad.
stabilized after taking some of her
Hey, I didn't realize there was a
medication.
bedroom here. It's quite nice
How'd the
actually.
performance go?
Defenseless.
Was it a success?
Thank you.
Did the
Yes.
audience like it?
Yes. We loved it.
Fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Furina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful.
Wait, so everyone knows that she got a
I'm so
vision?
sorry I failed to see it through to the
Vision?
end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
Say what?
Don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call.
Yes,
everyone's
Frida.
work deserves
And
recognition.
this applies to more than just this. That everyone's work deserves recognition. Everything that
Even
you've
though
done
you couldn't
deserves
see it through to the final scene, the audience was very
Deserves.
impressed by your performance.
They won't let
It's
you
safe
go,
to say
yeah.
that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since
Are we
I
not
was
gonna see
born,
Neuvillette
so I
again?
never expect things to go smoothly in life.
What was that
I'm
silent
just happy
gift?
to know that we went out on a high note.
Okay, let me
That's
pay
all
attention.
that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring up all the time.
Doesn't apply to me to be same, PG. You're not stupid. People are stupid in some situations and very smart in others. I'm
Don't
sure
you start.
there's, you know,
I don't
it's
have the
about
energy
it.
to argue with you right now.
Except for me, I'm stupid in most situations.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
Cute.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Suddenly Sundere.
You mean we never stop arguing with each other?
Suddenly Sundere. Both of them. It's like that couple down in Mermaid. Paimon's like, why are we also running into Sundere couples everywhere?
After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the little Oceanit to the bigger theater troupes out there.
Oh, nice.
That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened.
Yeah, everyone's
I should give you
Sundere.
guys some space.
Sundere.
But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. Don't just leave. No one wants or anyone want that. He's gonna have to go talk to him, right? Yeah, you're gonna have to
I
go
still
talk
want
to
to
him.
keep performing, so I might join another troupe.
Okay.
After watching Miss Furina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
Oh, that's what you meant. After watching Miss Furina. Oh.
You should do it. It suits you.
Yeah, he was pretty
Originally
good.
hoped to keep performing
I wish there
too,
was a duet. Is there a
I
duet?
don't know if my
I'm
health will
gone.
allow me.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. What about you, Miss Furina? Any future plans?
Listen, I'm not gonna take that as an insult because Furina's my girl. I'm happy. I am honored to be compared to her.
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined.
Neuvillette's gonna be very happy to
Maybe
hear that.
Neuvillette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people, and how they touch the lives of others around them. I want
I
to
will
watch them
support you.
blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Yes.
If a vision is a gift from
wish.
the gods,
If a vision is a gift from the gods,
then I should do my best to honor it.
well, in this case, no Neuvillette. Man, who the relatives meet rarely. Yeah, same. Who never comes to you know, the hangouts. Maybe if I.
It's ironic to
We
think
saw
that
you,
my
right?
whole
When you were
time
this
as
small.
a god, I could only ever dream of receiving this kind of power. And now that the gods have given me their blessing,
So she doesn't know it was Neuvillette?
it actually feels more like I'm
Do you think the
finally
traveler
able
would know?
to take my fate in my own hands. Is that how humans feel about it as well?
Oh, Furina. So maybe not. Ugh, Furina, when will you come home? When will you stop running from me? Just enough for one wish. I did the Furina Story Quest. Oh my god, Vivek! It was so good. Why?
Navigating the world is a whole lot easier with
Anyway, I'm done.